Welcome to the Hagir Show. We are celebrating a first-gen trailblazer. She rewrite what access to college look like. So please help me welcome Dr. Linda Fedrizzi-Williams, the president of Central Penn College, a visionary, a builder of opportunity, a student first leader, and a student first lead, a woman who turned big ideas into programs that change lives. Settle in. This one is going to be a good one. Welcome, Dr. Linda. I am so happy that finally we got to sit and we got to show people who already know you and the one that don't know you who's Dr. Linda is. Can you tell us who you are?
Oh, thank you so much, Hagir. And I'm so honored to be here finally on your show. I'm a follower, I'm a subscriber. I love what you do, so I'm thrilled to be here. My name is Linda Fedrizzi-Williams. I'm the 10th president of Central Penn College, and I didn't start in higher education. I actually, a little bit about my journey, if you want to kind of
Yes.
hear that. My father was an immigrant to this country from Italy.
Okay.
My parents were immigrants to this country from Italy, and so hardworking family, came and lived in New York City, moved our family up to upstate New York, had my brother and sister have me 10 years later. And so when I was in high school, I was a good student, I was a decent student, but college was something that no one in my family had done. My brother had looked to go to college. He went, my sister went for her associate's degree, but we were the first generation in our family. And so my parents were supportive. They didn't know anything about the process, and they certainly weren't able to save in a 529 program like a lot of us do for our kids. So for me, affordability immediately became a barrier, as it is for a lot of students. So I started at a community college, got my associate's degree, and I was actually studying media. Oh, I wanted to be a television reporter. I wanted to do this,
Hiring.
full time. So I wanted to be on television. I really loved sports. I thought about being a sports reporter. And so I was going to school for that. And I was able to get an internship at 18, started working for the local news station. So I worked in local media while I went to school. Graduated with my associates, transferred to a 4-year school, finally had the opportunity to live on a college campus. So to get that residential experience. But I had to borrow every cent of my bachelor's degree. I was hired in morning show radio right after graduating college. So I had thought about radio, but our school would send out our resumes to any industry that we were interested in. And I got a phone call a week after graduation, and they said, "We have a morning show news anchor position. Do you want to come work for a top 40 radio station in New York?" So I said, "Sure, let's try this." So I worked in morning radio for 5 years. I loved it, but I was not making any money. And I had graduated the top of my class, and my first salary was $20,000.
Oh my God.
Yes, which is wild, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm barely making payments to my student loans. The job is fun. I get to
Yeah.
interview celebrities, I get to travel. It was a blast, but I said this is not sustainable. So I left the station after 5 years and enrolled in a master's program, again, borrowing every cent,
Yeah.
and immediately got a job working at the same community college that I had my start with. My professor had been promoted. I had a tenure track position. I was hired to write a new media program. So I got into higher ed, but I was working full time. I was getting my graduate degree, met my husband. We had our first son. And then I decided once we had our second son, I don't want to stop here because I see what education is doing for me and my family. We were struggling financially. People think you have a job in higher ed and it's an automatic, you're able to support everyone.
Millionaire.
Yeah, and that's not the case. And my husband was a union iron worker, was laid off 6 months a year because it was during the recession that we had our kids in 2008. So I'm supporting the family full time. I enroll in a doctoral program and start studying higher education, and then had an opportunity to interview college presidents who were mothers. That's what my dissertation was. I wanted to understand, how did you get to be at the pinnacle of an institution and have kids and do it, because it's exhausting. And I don't know how people do this. And I traveled the country. I interviewed people. I had a chance to come to Central Pennsylvania, and I interviewed several women, several female presidents in this area. And I had an opportunity to come to Central Penn's campus. And I fell in love with the student body. This was before I even did my interview. I walked around. I said, these students are like me. They are working. They're putting themselves through school. They are trying to make a life for themselves. And the day that I defended my dissertation, the position for Vice President of Academic Affairs opened at Central Penn. And I applied for it. It was the first job I ever applied to, by the way.
Oh my God.
Every other job, I had gotten a phone call because I was always raising my hand saying, what can I do? What do you need? And so I applied, I got the job, and then a year later, I had the opportunity to be interim president, and then a year later, president. So I've been president here for 7 years officially, but I've been with the college for 9.
Oh my God. This is a life.
Oh, it's, yeah.
We need to like really unpack, and every sentence that you said, it is not just inspirational,
Yeah. Thank
but it's a journey. First of all, a book. Yeah.
I put
dissertation boasting,
but it's not.
No. We're gonna talk
you're
about
talking my life.
Or I don't know.
know.
It's not that interesting.
No, thank you.
No, it is. Let's start from the beginning, and there is a lot. And so, media, and that's your love. But it's so harsh that it's like you're doing all of this and you're getting the 20, right? Being a first gen, all of the experience you've been through shaped who you are. I think now. And you are an amazing human being. The minute I met you, I fell in love, even without knowing all of that. But tell us about, like, dig deeper on what you just said, because a lot of our listeners are either single moms or working moms who need to feel the pressure of the society.
Oh,
Or dealt a bad hand.
yeah. No, there's a lot to unpack there. For me, I was doing my love of what I wanted to do. I was in media. I enjoyed it, but I knew it wasn't a life-sustaining career for me.
Tell me about it.
And I didn't want to live in poverty, quite frankly. And when my husband and I got married and we bought our first house, which we were fortunate enough to do, we had to move way out of an area that we both worked in because we couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, we couldn't afford the house that we bought.
Yeah.
So I was very tired of living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
We were going to church spaghetti dinners because we couldn't afford things. I mean, really, it was that difficult for us. We had to borrow money from our parents when our boiler broke, right? And you're working so hard and you don't understand, like, how am I not being able to sustain myself financially?
Yeah.
And for me, the goal was I need to do everything I can so that my kids don't have to live like this.
Yes.
Right? That was the motivating factor. So when I enrolled to go back to school, I got a lot of pushback, mostly from other women that were very critical. Like, you have an infant at home.
Yeah.
You have a toddler at home. It's selfish for you to go back to school.
Yeah.
And I said, selfish? I'm doing this for my children.
Yes.
I don't want to suffer anymore. And I knew that education was a path for me to be able to be financially solvent.
Yeah.
And that my family didn't have to struggle.
Yeah.
And that was really the motivating factor. It was that simple for me. But the guilt, you and I were talking about this.
Talk about that.
The guilt that women put on themselves as a mom, you want to be with your children. And that was the other thing. I had people say, don't you think you should be home with your kids?
I don't. We do.
We want to be home with our kids.
Who's going to feed them?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
It's very easy to be righteous when you're not starving.
Yeah.
You need your fundamental things paid for. You need that foundation of the pyramid, the pyramid, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you can't put a roof over your head and you don't have food and water and you're worried about those things all the time, you're not going to be self-actualized.
Mm-hmm.
So easy for people to say, stay at home. That wasn't an option for my family. Yeah. The option for me was, I'm going to feed these children. I'm going to show them what you can do when you get an education. Mm-hmm. And I've shared this story many times, but I would feel so guilty that I would have to stay at work late working on my papers, right? Because I needed to get through this doctoral program. That nearly killed me because it was so much work and doing it while I was working full time. And the day that I graduated, my sons were in Chicago with me. My husband flew out. My parents flew out because my doctoral program was based out of Chicago. Mm-hmm. Whole family was there. And when I got my diploma and I'm walking back, my son was 7. That's Jake. It's my oldest son. He was now 17.
Oh, yeah. He's Maz's age.
Yeah, I know. And he was crying, like, at the fence as I walked by.
Oh, my God.
And I said, buddy, what's wrong? Oh. He said, Mommy, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, my God.
And I thought, I've been killing myself over this guilt of feeling like I'm not there enough.
Yeah.
And yet I'm setting an example for this young man who saw that you could do anything that you need to. So the guilt that we place, and in my study, I did find, Hagir, that women, 100% of my participants, all felt an extreme amount of guilt while trying to care for a family and have a career. And it is a balance. But what I will share with you also is that most of that guilt was self-imposed.
Yes.
We
Because we hear it.
we do.
We hear it. And you hear it from other women as well.
You hear it from other women, and you have to. I think that's why when you and I get to places in our career like we are, we have to take other younger women under our wing and say, you don't have to feel guilty. You're creating a life for yourself. You're creating a life for your family, and your life improves. And for me, it was a ticket out of living in poverty.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And one thing that we talked about earlier, and I want you to say it because I know, not just because of my experience, but because of the messages we get. A lot of women who, especially women who are, they call them career focused, but that doesn't mean you are not a parent.
All right.
Love language is different. Our love language, we just figured that out. We both are givers.
That's
And serving and doing the things that you know how to do best. That doesn't mean other people are wrong or lacking,
Right.
but we all wire differently.
That's right.
So a lot of women who basically not just made to feel guilty, the society is making them guilty. The society is making them to feel like they have to stay in that box.
Right.
Oh, you don't. And I heard that throughout my like whole journey. Um, how much time do you spend with your kids? I'm like, well, we make it work. Like
Yeah.
I work 16 hour. I climbed the stairs because I couldn't walk at the seventh day at the hospital as a nurse. So my girls will literally line up in the bathroom while I'm taking the shower because that's the only time I can hear their day. But we made sure that we listened. Tell us your experience with that.
Yeah, it was. I had to get over because, like you, I'm a giver.
Yeah.
So I get immense satisfaction from making meals for my family.
Yes.
I like to bake the birthday cakes. I want to.
I do have very that.
Everyone needs their things. For me, an Italian woman in an Italian household, we show a lot of our love through
With the food, yeah.
big time. Sunday pasta's still a thing. I make my own sauce. And so, I like to do those things. And it was getting harder and harder to be able to do all of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for help.
Yes.
I was really
That's one of the biggest issues.
it was our biggest issue. Did not ask for help. Had to learn, like you, when you're pulling yourself up the staircase at the end of the day and there's nothing left in your tank, you don't really have to do this alone. But what I would say is I would beat myself up if I couldn't make the homemade cupcakes for a birthday. And then I learned that's not what my son's going to remember.
Yeah.
He's not going to remember that you had to go to Giant and buy the cupcakes for a birthday. He's going to remember if you're not there for the big things, right? And so I will tell you that what I have been able to do, and I'm fortunate enough because now I'm in this place in my career that I don't pick and choose between family and career anymore.
Yes.
I have integrated my kids into my career,
Yeah.
right? My family is at Central Penn functions.
Yes.
I know there's students that are watching us today, which I love that they're here. They've probably seen my sons at sporting events.
Yes.
They've seen the kids at our fall harvest, right? So your lives don't have to be so separate. Your kids can see what you do. But I would make the time that I would be with them one-on-one, that I would, when I'm present at their games, I'm there. I'm not on my cell phone.
Yes.
So there are things you can do and moments you can carve out that you're with your family, with the children. That's why weekends are so precious, right? If you have that luxury that you're off on the weekend. So finding the moments and finding the time. And when you're together, being intentional and being in the moment. But yeah, you have to stop beating yourself up if you can't go to every field trip, and I started making these rules for myself. Okay, I'm going to go on at least one field trip with each son once a year.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure that I can be at their games. I'm going to bring them to some campus events. And you realize you have way more control over your life than you think you do.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is a recipe for all of you out there listening. Same, I'm smiling when you talk because the things that I'm passionate about, the volunteering, my
Yes.
girls at an early age, I drag them.
Here you go.
We do the Meals on Wheels because that was part of my day. We go to shelters,
Right.
like if they can.
Yep.
not the family shelter.
Sure.
They do what they like. They draw with the other kids. I'm not when I'm serving.
Well, you're serving. Right.
Now when they got older, they want to do their own things.
That's right.
But they still you still try and
you
keep
have to.
and you give a. We were in Moms and Muffin up. You had your husband is still there and he helped. I did dads and donuts. Because I had to wear those too.
Yeah.
So if there is one thing that you can get out of Dr. Linda's journey, there is a lot, but with this, it don't feel guilty.
Yeah, you have to stop that.
Yes. And also, there is no competition between home and work. You can be a career focus.
That's right.
And you still can love your kids. One thing that I can also point with what you said, if you cannot provide for your kids, you cannot feed them. What quality of life are you giving?
Right. Right. It's almost become a dirty word to want to be financially stable, to want to be successful. If you're a woman who wants to be successful, you're too ambitious or you're too worried about your career. The reality is there is nothing more fulfilling than providing for your family. And there's nothing wrong with wanting better for your kids than what you had. I think most parents strive for that. They want their next generation to suffer a little bit less or to not have to. And believe me, the boys still have to have hard work. They're helping around the house. They have to earn money. My oldest son's trying to find a part-time job because he gets out of school early. So you want to instill those things, but it's okay to want to have a career, which, by the way, a lot of us find immense fulfillment in what we do. If you're lucky enough to have a job like I do that I love, you've won the lottery.
Yeah.
Because I feel fulfilled by it. I might be drained. It's Friday. I'm tired. But it was a fulfilling week. And then I get to go home and be with my family. I have a lot of gratitude for where I am in my life.
How do you cope? While we're at this topic,
Yeah.
how do you cope? Because this is one of the biggest issues.
We're not good at it, are we? Women are just inherently, we are so busy taking care of other people. You have to find what fuels you. I have, in the last couple of years, done a lot of soul searching.
Tell us about
How do I bring a little more Zen into my life? I'd always been appreciative,
Yes.
but I would almost feel guilty sometimes when things were going so well because I'd watch other people suffering and I would feel it and I would hurt and I was absorbing that and then realized you can feel very grateful for what you have and know how lucky you are and still care about other people and help other people. So I have found I do a lot of reading. I read 1 to 2 books a week. That's the way that I take in the world. Oh, yours, really? It's just the same way.
My oldest.
Just the same way. I love it. I love it. And I read fiction and nonfiction. I'm very into self-help. I've become a big fan of Jay Shetty, who does a lot of, he's a podcaster, but he's one of the producers on the Calm app. You ever seen Calm, which is meditation?
Okay.
So find it, and it's not meditation where you have to sit for 30 minutes, although you can do that if that's something you love. But no, I don't have the patience for it. So I meditate while I'm cleaning, which I know that that's not the way to do it. But I don't do it. I put my AirPods in and I listen to Jay tell me to breathe and he gives me a prompt and something to think of and I clean my kitchen as I do it. But it works for me, right?
Yeah.
I walk, I exercise, I make sure that I take care of myself. I'm eating foods that fuel me lately, trying to feed myself from the inside so that I feel calmer. I just have a lot more perspective. I think that comes with age too.
Oh, yes. Keep saying that all the time.
It comes with age. You start living a little bit. You've been through some stuff. You see what people are going through. It does give you a mindset of how grateful you are.
Yeah.
And just trying to be more in the moment.
Yeah. One thing that V is struggling with a lot is and you find you pull yourself back is you see how the world is going right now and I'm 48.
Yeah.
So almost 37 years of my life I spent serving. And then you see you feel like you're a hamster in that wheel. And you get that hope from seeing, people, results that happen and how you can help. How do you get yourself to wake up in the morning and you keep helping?
That's a good question. And the world feels very heavy.
Yeah, it does.
It feels heavy. And it's felt heavy for a while.
Yes.
And you start carrying the weight of that. And I'm an inherently positive person.
Yeah, me too.
And but even that, so for people like us to feel the weight and how heavy things are, I know things are getting off kilter. And I try to think about what's the impact that I can have, right? What's the
Yeah.
impact that I can have without inflaming anyone
Yeah.
and any side of anything, especially when you start talking politically.
Yeah.
And how are you able to contribute? And I think about creating spaces. I mean, I'm lucky enough that I work at a college.
Yeah.
We can provide space for students to talk. We can provide opportunities for open dialogue. The way that I can contribute, talk about what what healthy discourse looks like.
Yes.
What is it like to disagree with a person and have conversations? I can be on the education side of it without swaying a person to feel one way or another. But it can get heavy and it can get hard. And I think that you have to disconnect sometimes. That would be the other piece of advice that I would give you. And I don't just mean disconnect from social media, although that's healthy, right? That's healthy to do.
Iski does that. Shout out to Dr. Iski. I cannot do that.
2-week break from social media.
I cannot do that every year. Yeah.
I love that he does that. And I often think about it and he sort of disconnects from the world. That's very healthy.
Yeah.
And for someone who is saying, I can't do that, that's too long, you could take a day break. You could take, for people that work as hard as we do, sometimes you take a Friday or a Monday off and you are off. You are off of social media. It's 1 or 2 days coupled with your weekend and you are just with your family. Sometimes that's all we need to rejuvenate and have enough juice to get back on that Tuesday and be ready to take on the world again. But you have to have downtime. You can't go at speed all the time with that. You're going to run yourself into the ground. And for people like us where our kids are depending on us, our families are depending on us, you have everyone at Kareem's mission depending on you. If you are depleted, you're no use to anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you really do have to take care of yourself first. And that's hard for people that feel guilty all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It makes us
That's
feel
it.
selfish.
My God, we are always guilty, especially when you feel like there's still issues out there and you can solve it. And my kids would tell me this, and this could be a good reminder for everyone out there that um, you cannot solve the whole world by yourself. But if you do your own, start with your own circle and surrounding. But you talked about your job and what you can do. So let's talk about Central Penn College because I am personally appreciative. We had a long relationship with the college, but this is the only place that took a chance on us on Kareem's mission. Provided us with interns, provided us with amazing people. And this is, by the way, again, I'm not getting paid to say that, but I am like, it doesn't take a lot for people to make me appreciative. Like, just it's a kind gesture. But you guys did not just do that. Like, you went above and beyond. We have a home because of you. Parent have a place. We have amazing students who are here. Like, they come and help. But talk to us about Central Penn College.
I'm very proud of the work we do here. And we love that you're here and we believe in the mission and what you do. And so that wasn't hard for us. We provide opportunities and the opportunities are provided at all different levels.
Yeah.
You might be someone who never went to college and you're working and you like your job, but you want more, right? But you're not sure you could be a college student. So 85% of our students are adults. They are people that are already working. They're already in careers. Some of them might have a degree, but you could start with a certificate, right? So you can come here and you can get a certificate for 18 credits. You can get an associate degree, a bachelor degree. We have a master's degree here. And what I love about that and the way that we design it and why it's so special is every opportunity in every degree level, students are building their self-efficacy, which just means that's their belief in their ability to succeed. So we often are afraid we're not going to succeed at something, but the only way to get over that imposter syndrome is by doing it.
Yes.
So the more you do it, the more you feel like you can do it. So we have a lot of students that start just with a certificate, and every certificate transfers into an associate's degree. Every associate's transfers into a bachelor's. So we have students that will come here for the long term. We do it quickly. So for these adults, It's very daunting if you're trying to get your bachelor's degree from scratch, right?
Yes.
And you can only take 1 or 2 classes at a time because you're working full time.
Mhm.
Some of them have families. So for us, we're all year round. So I tell people we're still in our summer term. We have a whole week left.
Yes.
And then we start fall in October.
Yeah.
So for us, our students are coming here because they graduate quickly. You get
Mhm.
your associates in a year and a half, your bachelor's in 3 years. And we have made affordability a priority because it is a barrier. And it's especially a barrier for our students. 93% of them work
Yeah.
while coming to school, even the traditional students.
Yeah.
So how do we make college more affordable? We have an affordable housing scholarship. Students can live on campus for up to 80% of the cost of housing. All they have to do is go to class, maintain a 2.0, and they can have that scholarship.
Mm.
Our Education Foundation gives scholarships. We have a food pantry on campus. We link students with careers, and the statistic we're probably most proud of is within a year of graduating, over 89% of our students are working in the field that they came to Central Penn for, but 99% of our graduates are working within that first year of graduation. So we are transforming lives. We are linking students with careers. We are helping them get out there, and they live locally. So our students are in this region. They live in these 7 counties. 93% of our students live within 100 miles of Central Penn College. So we're giving back to this community. They come here, they stay here, and we're just proud.
Really God. Oh my God, there is a lot, and you know, I have so many reasons to fall in love with the college. You offer two things that I am truly no a lot that I'm passionate about, but the two things that I'm going to mention today, I don't know if you knew that I had a free store in my garage.
Okay.
And you guys do that here.
Yeah.
And this is part of what Kareem's mission. Okay, like we moved everything here. You have
The clothing.
career, the clothing.
Yes, yes.
I had that. You had the food pantry.
Right.
And those are the two things that truly you might think it's like simple and small,
Right.
but it does make or break a
Huge
person. I like literally survived my first 5 or 6 years with the girls making seven. I was making $6.50. Then I got a raise to $7, raising the girls, right? So Salvation Army community aid were going and finding clearances and all of that. So from 2012 to today, I have the clothing, provide like anything that is not used, like now the kids and we can afford and ream and the diaper, the food, the stuff. So that was a question like, if you have, give, if you don't take, or is the motto that have been functioning on. A lot of people don't know, except like we share it on Facebook and stuff.
But they see you now. People see
Thank
where
you.
you are today, and you are this pinnacle of success, and you're beautiful. You have this beautiful family. A lot of people don't know your story.
Oh, yeah.
And what you've been through to get here, and the people that have helped you,
Yes.
and you give back. And there's something very rewarding. And you're right, you don't think about it. You're
Circle.
cleaning out your closets. You have suits you're not wearing anymore. Your size has changed. God knows I go through that old ways, right?
Girl, tell me again.
Please. So you donate your suits. You don't think about that being such a huge impact. But then our students get to wear those on job interviews.
Yes.
And our students get to wear those in their internships.
Yes.
You can do really small things and make huge difference.
And the college is doing that, and those are two things that are really close to my heart. But the affordability, the defer. I don't know if you mentioned that and I missed it. You defer the payment, right? There's something that, or something like you help with some of
We work with students on payments.
Yes.
We work with students. We're actually launching a balance forgiveness program
Okay.
this fall. It's not
Oh.
something we do often, but
Yeah.
sometimes, again, people are paying for themselves to go to their school, and the barrier for them coming back might be they have a balance
Yeah.
that they can't pay. So, right now we have a balance forgiveness program for students. Our financial aid team is amazing. They work with students, they help them find loans, find grants. We have graduation gap scholarships. So if a student's close to graduating but owes $1,000, we'll go to our Education Foundation and have a scholarship.
Yeah.
So we really work very individually with students that are here.
This is something that you cannot find anywhere else. So if somebody's listening to you right now and don't know Central Penn College, tell us quickly
Yes.
how they can enroll?
You need to go to centralpenn.edu. Our app is right there on the first page. If you want to come here for a tour, we have open houses every Friday right now, but you can make a schedule at any time that you want to. We'll take you around campus. We'll talk about your career goals. We'll look at programs that could be a fit for you. And we'll get you here and we'll get you settled. And we have residential housing. So if you need to live here, you can. If you're local and you want to commute, you can. And most of our programs are also fully online. Our health programs you have to get here because if you're a phlebotomist, you need to actually know how to take someone's blood. So you have to be here for some of those programs.
That's not something you do in the pillow.
Yeah, you can't do that. During COVID, we did have to use oranges for a little while. Yes. But then we got back in here. But our programs are hybrid, they're online, they're in person. So we try to be as flexible because we know you have lives outside of education.
This is part one of many, is how I say that. She's coming back. Definitely.
I'd love to.
Let's do a lightning round.
Ooh, okay.
Quickly, whatever comes to your mind.
All right.
What would Dr. Linda say to 16 years old Linda?
Ooh, I tell her to enjoy the moment a little bit more. That not everything is as stressful and as heavy as it seems in the moment. But keep doing what you're doing because it is going to pay off one day.
Give us your hostess, the media news anchor, a voice.
Oh. You've been watching the Hagir Network, and we can't wait for you to tune in next time.
Oh, love it. What's something that people misunderstand about you?
Oh, that's a great question. Misunderstand? I think that more than misunderstanding, people would be very surprised at how I am outside of work. They see me on weekends with my hair in a messy ponytail, almost no makeup on. I'm ready for New York Giants game, so I'm dressed in some sportswear. But I am cooking and cleaning and doing my laundry. I have a very, very traditional roles at home, and I think that would surprise people.
Okay. Guess what? We all have couple personalities.
That's right.
That's right. So if there's one advice that you would give to the student and everyone that is listening, what would that be?
I would say think about where it is you want to be 5 years from now, maybe even 10 years from now. It's an exercise that's difficult, but I truly believe in manifestation. And I don't think you can manifest your way to the life you want, but I think it starts there. So really think about what you want to be. What do you want to be doing in 10 years from now? And then your brain's going to open up opportunities that get you on that path. Don't think you can't do anything. You can do absolutely anything, but you have to put in the hard work. You have to be accountable. Don't blame other people when it goes wrong. Figure out what happens. Work hard and dream big.
Last words of advice. Like, it doesn't matter how long, short, long, advice.
Advice. I think that what you need to think about and what you need to do is really think about how you can make a difference in other people's lives, even starting with one step. And the reason I say that is it's going to make you feel fulfilled if you're doing something that you love and you're seeing other people succeed. It could be the smallest thing. It could be going through that closet and looking at your old suits that don't fit or old clothes. But get involved, and be a kind person.
Oh my God. I don't think we can end it in any better note than this. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Linda. And before we go, we have few things that we want to share with you.
Okay.
First, we have a gift from Karina Special. It's a little thing. It's a little thing for you.
Cute. Look how sparkly and fun.
And I have one announcement before we bring the student.
Yes.
I actually did talk, and no one of my team knows this, but I did have a conversation with your team, and I took the initiative without Maya's approval to
Maya doesn't look happy.
yes, to have her meet with your enrollment person, so we can get her first, because she's going to be the first gen also. She's going to come to school in Central Penn College.
I love it.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And I know you can make somebody's decision for them, but I know this is her dream and like goal. And she, oh my God, stop crying. Come here.
Come
here. You gotta come here. We're gonna, I didn't decide what degree you want to do, but I know you well, and I know what degree she wants to do. But you, Maya, is not just a friend and someone who I won't be here doing Kareem's mission without you. And this is a long life dream she had. I've been talking to the college for a while, and it is so hard for me. If she knows me, I cannot keep a secret. So to hold this in, it was hard, but I love how I love Central Penn College. I truly do. And I know the impact you have in people's life. And she is an amazing human being. And it's just, this is something that's been bothering me the whole time. So we're going to, not just that, um, on Maya's honor, I don't know how much, but we're gonna do a Karimi's Mission scholarship.
Wow.
We start with some of the financial for her school enrollment, and then it's gonna continue for Central Penn College.
incredible.
So
Hagir, thank you.
no,
Maya,
thank you.
welcome to our Central Penn
Welcome
family.
to Central Penn, where we celebrate.
my
That's not a song, but now come on in, guys. And Dr. Linda, if you wanna.
Yes.
We would love for you to present. We had the two amazing students here. Come this way, guys. We love you. We love having you here. And we would like to give you certificate. Oh my God, are you crying?
Oh,
We're gonna love you.
I know.
So come here. This is the first time. This is come here. Give me a hug. I love you guys. And we got him to give us hug. He's yeah. All right. So Dr. Luda is going
Yes.
to present to Connor first of all. Thank you, Connor, for everything you've done for not just Central Penn College, but Karimi's Mission. Having you guys here is the best thing that happened to us. I know you guys are the first one to finish the whole 10 months, but I don't know how we're gonna wake up. I know we said that to you yesterday. Maya, Nadir, every day they talk about we don't know how this place is gonna look like.
Well, they
How
can
come
come
you want
volunteer here, right?
Yes, we want them.
We
Don't
want
make
them
me
to
cry.
stay.
And now, Logan. Congratulations,
Thank
Logan.
you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
And also, for both of you, this is our. Come on here. Come on, come on, come on. We all love each other.
Love
Get a
it,
squeeze.
love it.
Come on, come on. This is our letter of recommendation for you,
Oh.
and there is a gift inside. You can open and see it. And this is for Logan. It's I think I get it to you upside down. Yes, and I give you a gift here, huh?
I read it from the inside.
Yes, we have two gifts for you here inside. So the first one
No,
is
I don't want that.
you will. We have the Panera Bread gift card, and we have $100 for Kareem Mission. You can.
No,
And you
I
will.
can't take that.
You will. You will. You will. You're gonna give it back. And you are kind. You are loving. Yeah, this is your letter of recommendation. But both of you, I wish you the best. You are the best part of our day, and we're never forgetting you. We're not gonna forget you. I wish you the success that you deserve and the life that you dreamed of. And this is home. Like we're here. Right?
Yep.
Love you both.
I re-